Guys, it's Seda here, Gourmet Next Door. It's been such a long time since I posted, and actually I've been under the weather for the last 10 days or so. And tonight I was just inspired because I want to make this really nice hearty soup, which is super easy. It's actually one of my mom's favorite soups, which is spinach soup. It's going to be this dark, beautiful green color, full of nutrients. It's perfect for a get well soup, yeah? So let's take a look at the ingredients. First and foremost, we're going to use some baby spinach. I have some celery stalks. I got a carrot. I'm going to use a shallot. You can also use like a small onion. We're going to use some garlic and some ginger. And then to thicken up our soup, because it's just lots of vegetables, we're going to use a little bit flour and a little bit butter. So with that, let's get souping. So guys, we're using baby spinach, and baby spinach cooks really fast. So first, what we're gonna do is prepare the soup base, because that's gonna take longer to actually cook. So what I'm gonna do first is, everything is washed of course. So all my vegetables are washed. So first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and chop them roughly, because we're gonna blend this soup. So it's gonna be really nice and creamy. No need to chop in small pieces. So first, my celery goes in, then the carrot. Now, I saw somewhere that carrot, you should use it with the peel, so I just washed them and I used the whole thing. So you don't need to really remove the peel, because apparently it's really good for you. And being sick, honestly, I'm all about the good for me and the simplest way possible. Now, when I'm under the weather, I really love using food that is natural antibiotics. So when we talk about onion, when we talk about garlic, when we talk about ginger, all these things are actual natural antibiotics. So you can load up on them to give your body the best chance to fight, whatever's going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my shallot a bit of a chop, but again, rough chop is good, because everything is gonna be blended. Perfect. Now onto the ginger. Ginger obviously is a superfood. I've been boiling ginger tea with lemon and put some honey in it, and that's been really super great over the last couple of days. So now I'm gonna put some ginger in my food as well. Now I'm gonna put a piece like this. You can put more if you want, but I don't want it to be too much ginger forward. Besides, I'm gonna make a little ginger tea later, so this is perfect for that. Now I'm gonna put also 1 clove of garlic. This is like a mega head of garlic, okay? So, let's take out our garlic clove. Give it a little bit of a smash. And then, this is a huge clove of garlic. So I'm gonna actually chop it in half. So guys, I got everything in my pot. Okay, I'm gonna put it to cook now. Now you can put water, but obviously, if you have any kind of broth, that would be awesome. So the other thing I've been doing, since I'm sick and bored at home, is I made some bone broth. So I'm just gonna use some of that bone broth actually in my soup. So this bone broth is rich in protein, it is rich in collagen, but it's also super rich in flavor. Did you actually know bone broth is super good for your immunity? And honestly, I can take any help I can get. So that's it. Now I'm gonna put this on the stove to cook for a while. So as my soup base is cooking away, now it's time to wash and drain the spinach. I mean, I might be sick, but I'm not dead. So I got a whole bag of spinach here. This is 250 grams. Now, even if the package says it's washed, I still wash my spinach because there's always stuff in it. So I wash it and I use the salad spinner just to get the water out. Now, spinach is like a power vegetable, okay? It's full of vitamin C, which is awesome, obviously, when your immunity is down. The other thing is it's packed with fiber, so it's also gonna help me with my fiber intake. And yeah, soup is great because it's just easy to digest, it fills you up, and it's easy to eat because honestly, I haven't felt like cooking. When you're under the weather, you just want something simple, but at the same time, I want something nutritious. So, guys, we're gonna cook the soup base for about 15 minutes. Guys, another trick to a great soup is you don't want to put a lot of water at the beginning. So I'm gonna adjust the water later. So I put maybe just a little bit of bone broth like this. And later you can always add more, but remember you can't take it away. So it's better you start more concentrated, and depending on the texture of the soup you want, you can always add more water down the road. But if you add it all at once at the beginning, it's gonna be really difficult to get a thick kind of consistency for your soup, okay? So the soup base is cooking on low heat, okay? You also want to simmer, you don't want to boil the soup base. Now I'm going to add some salt and whole black pepper, okay? You can add, if you want, some other spices, but I'm going to keep it very simple, salt and pepper. Guys, I want to show you, well, if I can show you, I cannot show you without spilling. So my vegetables are whole, okay? I put a fork through them and they are cooked enough, but I don't want mush, I don't want baby food, right? So now we're gonna dump in the spinach and it's gonna wilt in no time. If you can see me, I'm very far. Hello, I'm here. So now we are going to be dumping the spinach, okay? And spinach is gonna wilt. So I just keep loading on, and with my spoon, I'm gonna push it down into the hot liquid. So all the spinach is in. I'm just gonna cook it for a couple of minutes because it's baby spinach, it's already very tender. To be honest, the less you cook your vegetables, the more nutrition value they have. So I'm just gonna keep it a couple of minutes and then it's gonna be blending time. Guys, bear with me. In the new kitchen, I'm trying to sort out how to make the video. Okay, so I'm gonna load up my blender. First, you put these solids, okay? Little blending technique for soup. This pot is heavy and I have literally no strength, so. Spinach gets really nice and green. So I want to get some of the vegetables down below. Yeah. That beautiful celery, that carrot. And now a little bit of the broth I'm adding. Okay. Guys, you may need to do this in batches. Do not, okay? Do not fill your blender all the way up. It's very dangerous. So always make sure you go like halfway maximum. And now I'm gonna put the lid, okay? And another thing you should avoid is don't plug in your blender before you actually close the lid. Because God forbid, if there's an accident, you're gonna have spinach everywhere. All right, let's buzzer up. Guys, I want you to see this color. This is what makes this spinach soup so sexy. Mwah. So this is a one-pot soup. So what I'm gonna do is now, I cleaned out the contents, okay, into another bowl, and I'm gonna blend that in a second. But now it's butter and flour time. We're gonna give this soup a little more texture, a little more thickness, and to do that is we're gonna prepare a roux. Roux is essentially butter and flour. You don't need a lot of butter, so maybe like a tablespoon. I'm gonna melt the butter on like medium heat. But this soup doesn't really have any calories. We didn't put any oil, so I'm gonna actually put the rest of the butter. So let's say 1 tablespoon of butter, okay? Now, it should be the same amount, okay? So, I don't want too thick, so I'm actually gonna do like half a tablespoon. Now guys, it's critical you cook off the flour. Okay, otherwise you're gonna have this raw like flour taste in your soup. Smells so good, butter and flour. So now our flour is totally dissolved into the fat, into the butter. And now it's time to dunk the green stuff. And remember, I got another batch to whip up, but it smells so delicious. Now let's go ahead and put our... Woo! This is your reminder to lower the heat, okay? It was on medium and you saw what happened. It got too excited when it, when the butter and the flour met spinach. Now we're gonna taste it and adjust if it needs any salt, pepper, something like that. Now's the time to taste. It's actually quite delicious, but I'm gonna add a little bit salt because if you don't have enough salt, guys, you can't get the flavor, okay? Salt is like the flavor enhancer. So I'm gonna add a bit more salt. Now, if you want, you can also go ahead and add cream or some milk into this, but I already added some more butter than I should, so it's already thick and delicious, and I love the texture as is, so I'm good to go. Guys, our delicious spinach soup is ready to plate. So I got my favorite plate here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the beautiful green soup in there. Nice ladle full. So to accompany the soup, I'm gonna go ahead and grate some Parmigiano Reggiano. We're gonna make it snow. The Parmesan is gonna add nice creaminess, little saltiness to the soup. It goes beautifully. I think that's about right. Also, I went ahead and grilled some little bread. Okay, it's gonna add a little texture. No, Bruno's also hungry. All right, so I'm gonna make some little cubes of bread and we're gonna drop it here in the center. Beautiful. Maybe little crusty bits. It's gonna make it more aesthetic looking. I love crusty bread with soup. There you have it. This is my spinach soup for anyone under the weather. Enjoy! Just like in all my recipes, I'm gonna go ahead and give this soup a try. It's super hot. Proper soup eating. You gotta do that, right? It's delicious. I want you to go ahead and give this recipe a try, especially if you're under the weather. This is such an easy recipe, quick, nutritious, and tummy filling. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.